Welcome back to the Upkeep. Today we're going to go over 3 Magic the Gathering online hints for new players. When you first start to play Magic the Gathering online, especially if you've been a paper player before, you can find a lot of things frustrating. A lot of things that you end up doing in person, a lot of shortcuts you end up taking, don't happen on Magic the Gathering online. When you're online, every single step, every single phase goes by, and that can be very frustrating if you're not prepared for it. So the first tip I want to give you is use your new player points. Whenever you first join Magic the Gathering online, you're given a certain number of new player points. You can use those points to enter games or little tournaments that will allow you to win some packs, but more importantly, they allow you to get practice in the game and practice against people who are in the same situation. They let you learn the interface. They let you get used to the interface. Secondly, use phantom points when you have them. Once you've used up all your new player points, and you're at the point where you're going to have to either start playing casual games, which you need to assemble a deck for, or you're going to need to start paying to play in other limited, such as drafts or sealed decks, you can use phantom points. At various times, you will be granted a number of phantom points. Phantom points are used to play in phantom events. Phantom events are simply events that don't cost any money to play. They only cost phantom points, and the only thing you can win are more phantom points. This is an excellent way to continue getting used to the interface and playing without it costing you anything, without you getting frustrated because you're losing. Finally, the biggest tip that I can give you, and this was the biggest thing that helped me learn how to play online, is use the shortcuts. One of the biggest problems new players have, and you'll see everyone talking about it online, is that they're running out of time. When you're playing online, each player has 25 minutes for a total of 50 minutes for a match. But everything you do needs to take less than 25 minutes for 3 entire games. That can be very difficult when you're first playing and first learning the interface. As I said, one of the biggest things is that every single step, every single phase that comes up is going to take that little bit of time. Magic the Gathering Online has created a number of shortcuts, and there are 3 really important ones to help you not run out of time. Once I learned this and started keeping my hands on these keys, I instantly stopped running out of time and haven't had a problem since. So first of all, F2. Hitting F2, it acts as saying OK. So anytime the interface is asking you to confirm a spell, whether you're going to do something about it or not do anything about it, hitting F2 tells the interface it's OK to move on. This is much quicker than constantly moving your mouse over to click OK, then bringing it back to your cards and back over to OK. Just hit F2 and let it move on. Secondly is F6. F6 is a way for you to tell the game you have nothing else you want to do for the rest of the turn. This is a great time saver, especially at the beginning of the game, where quite often you're playing a land and then passing. Think about when you're playing in real life. Usually the beginning part of a game goes very quick because it's land, pass, go, land, cast 1 spell, pass, go. Online, all the little steps that happen in between and it asking you, are you sure you want to do something at this point, can take a long time. So once you know you have nothing else you want to do for the rest of the turn, hit F6 and let it go to the next player. It really speeds things up. And finally is sort of the ultimate version of that. It's F8. However, you can hit it directly, or you can actually use the interface to do this. You do this by right-clicking on the interface and then choose Nothing to Do, Always Yield in the drop-down. What this does is that it tells the interface anytime you literally have nothing you can do, that it should automatically pass the turn. It should automatically yield any prompt that comes up. This, again, is a great time saver because especially in the beginning, if you play a land, can't play any spells, and it's time to go, it will automatically go forward. Most people, probably 99% of players, should always turn this on in every match. Now that 1%, why it doesn't default that way, is really just for bluffing. Bluffing in the sense of, let's say you're playing a blue deck. You might have a counterspell in your hand. You might not. If you turn on the always yield, then if your opponent casts a spell and you don't have any counterspells in hand, it's just going to instantly let that spell resolve, and your opponent will know that you didn't have a counterspell in hand. Again, in the end, 99% of the time, you're probably not going to know what to do this, especially in the beginning, because it really does speed everything up. So thanks for listening to The Upkeep. Those were my top 3 tips to help you get started on Magic the Gathering Online. So get out there, play some more games, and don't forget your upkeep.